The Xbox 360 has had a rough time in Japan so far, inconceivably selling even less than the original Xbox did in that territory. Hope has been on the horizon for some time, with Hironobu Sakaguchi starting his own studio to create RPGs for the market under the guise of Mistwalker. The first game on the studio's docket, Blue Dragon, was just released in Japan, spurring sales of the console and generating interest among the otaku. The big question is whether it will stir things up stateside, and we picked up the import to find out.
Join us.
Blue Dragon follows the exploits of a young boy named Shu. He lives in a dust-blown village where an oppressive darkness has a habit of showing up on a regular basis. Being the curious young lad he is, he eventually investigates the disturbance only to find a massive land shark trolling the areas around his encampment. He and a group of his friends hitch a ride on the fish and end up embarking on an epic journey to protect his civilization. But these are no normal kids. They possess the ability to fight using shadows, or apparitions in the form of beasts that can be summoned to do their bidding. Toss in an alien-like antagonist building a massive robotic army, and you have all the ingredients to build up a powerful RPG concoction. Blue Dragon is very much a typical Japanese role-playing game with a few twists. The battles are turn-based, though you won't be randomly attacked by unseen foes. You guide Shu through the environments, and you have the ability to choose which enemies you want to fight. Though be warned, one enemy often represents a multitude of creatures that you have to take down. The overworld, and more specifically how you enact battle, is one of the more unique aspects of the game. You can run around the environments in complete control of Shu, and you can even have simple attacks that you can use to get a jump on your enemies. Run in and slash them from behind, and when the battle starts, you'll have an initial attack with their backs turned. You can also search chests and other objects for items. There's also a zone of influence that you can enact by pulling the right trigger. Any enemies trapped inside the circle will then be sent into battle. There are two strategies that this creates. First, it's an easy way to fight a lot of enemies at once, eliminating running around fighting them individually. And second, some creatures don't get along all that well, and will actually fight each other, saving you the hassle. Once locked in combat, battle mechanics and setting up your characters is pretty in-depth. Aside from the very outset of the game, your characters do not physically fight themselves. Instead, they have shadow monsters that handle all the action. Each character has a different animal type, with Shu's alter ego being a dragon. Shadows can be customized by designating them as one of several categories. They can be changed at any time, but obviously, the longer you stick with a particular category, the more spells and abilities your shadow will accumulate. You can also customize each party member with jewelry that you find hidden in chests or are given as bounty after a battle. These trinkets, such as necklaces, bracelets, and the like, will then boost your character's abilities in attack, defense, etc. Combat is mostly about timing. You can set the combat order for your party members, and then the overall combat order for party members and monsters is displayed at the top of the screen. This works out as an excellent aid in letting you anticipate when to pull out that healing spell or attack with all you've got. Additionally, you can choose to put characters on the front line or pull them back, which will lessen the damage they take and dole out. Timing is also used to cast some spells and special attacks. A meter will pop up on screen, and you simply hold in the attack button until the meter rises to the exact point in the order that you want the spell to take place. Some of the more powerful spells have finicky meters, much like a kicking meter in Madden. Overall, this mechanic adds a strategic element to the mix and ensures that you're always looking a few turns forward, trying to get the timing just right. As you might expect from a game being developed by a studio bearing the Square Enix pedigree, Blue Dragon is full of cinemas that move the plot forward. These lengthy scenes use the in-game graphics engine to powerful effect. And the music has been composed by Final Fantasy legend Nobuo Uematsu, though we have to admit that the songs so far have been hit or miss. If you've been waiting for an epic next-generation Japanese RPG, Blue Dragon is certainly the first game that fits the bill. It's an enormous undertaking to complete all 3 discs of content. With its in-depth combat system and unique overworld mechanics, Microsoft is hoping that it's time well spent. One thing's for sure, more games like this will certainly help the console in Japan. We'll find out if it can do the same in the US when it's released this summer.